Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, I want to go talk about a somewhat more serious topic and maybe try to get some feedback from you guys out in the community, because I want to go and dedicate a video out here to the Xbox Series S. Now, I'm sure most of you guys know out there, but if you guys don't, we basically have an Xbox Series X console, which is the most up-to-date, actually better specs internally, and also the more sought-after next-gen Microsoft console. But we also do have the computers, of course, too, as well, with the Nintendo Switch and the PS5 disc and digital consoles. So a lot of people might be saying, like, did the Xbox Series S fail? Did it win? Is it doing okay? I'm just kind of give you guys my overall thoughts, what we're seeing overall in the general community, price points, sale points, and all of that to go and talk about did the Xbox Series S basically go and flop and fail. So I'm going to talk about that all throughout this video, so if you guys will sit back, relax, and enjoy. And as per usual, for these types of videos, I would love to hear your thoughts and comments down below. And as well, if you guys are brand new, make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on as well. Make sure you guys always go check in the Amazon links down below, for we have a bunch of different warehouse consoles, controllers, all that good stuff. Make sure you guys are subscribed for the PS5 giveaway too as well. Twitter and Twitch stream as well, link down below. Weeble, sign up for Weeble, deposit $100 with the link down below. You guys go get free stock and free money, and Coinbase. If you guys go buy $100 worth of any cryptocurrency, you guys go get free Bitcoin. And I'd like to actually go and hear your thoughts down below. So to kind of give you guys the prick intro, I'm sure you guys usually know that, the rough idea on this. If you guys don't know, the Xbox Series S is more of the budget version console of the Xbox Series X console. It is still technically next gen, but I will go and say the overall graphics jump and internal performance jump is not as big as we would kind of expect, in at least a comparison to the PlayStation 5 from the PS4 and the Xbox Series X jumps. So because of that, it also does have a slightly lower price point at only $300. And I think my kind of bigger thing, and I almost kind of sometimes make jokes about it on my actual channel itself, is that just not many people really want the Xbox Series S. Now I'm gonna give you guys my first quick thoughts before kind of going diving a little bit more into this. If you guys want to give your thoughts right now, now's the time. But I kind of feel like for me, if I ever want to make that major next gen jump, I want to go pay that extra $200, and I want to go get an Xbox Series X at the bare minimum, or at least a PlayStation 5 console. I do think the Xbox Series S is overall a very good idea, good in theory, but I just kind of feel like how the market currently is and how well performing all the previous mid-tier gens, think like the PS4 Pro and Xbox's own version, did, and how well they were performing even with 4K resolution and such like that, that we just don't necessarily need an Xbox Series S. Now, I do definitely think there's a really good big benefit for it. Number one, for next-gen gaming. Two, I know a lot of people out there who have actually gotten Xbox Series S mainly use it as maybe more of like a casual in the bedroom. Maybe you have like some younger kids, just casual in the living room, or overall, maybe you would have like a nice gaming PC, just want to be able to go access all your Game Pass games on your Xbox Series S, just more of your own leisure. Or as well, sometimes we have younger kids out there, and you guys don't necessarily want to go and spend the $500 on the PS5 or Xbox Series X. So there definitely is a very niche side for it. And I do think overall it is somewhat of a needed console, especially because Sony themselves also has a PS5 Digital, which is a slightly more budget version. But before I kind of dive into a little bit more, I do want to go and say, and I would like to hear your thoughts down below, would you guys rather go and have an Xbox Series S or a PS5 Digital? And now bear in mind the PS5 Digital is only $400. I would probably assume a lot of people out there would rather go pay the extra $100 and get a PlayStation 5 Digital, which would actually be running everything on a lot higher frame rates, more efficiently, and more future-proof, than go and settle for the $300 Xbox Series S. Now, in the comparison, the usual console wars that always happen now between the Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5 consoles, that's a whole another story, because this video is more so on the Xbox Series S. So I kind of want to go and talk about a few different things, kind of show you guys as well the community overall reaction, and I do kind of feel like there is a place for the Xbox Series S, but in the general sense, I do kind of feel like it's kind of a failure of a console. Now, I'm going to probably base this on a few different other factors, because we don't have the full-on informations out as of now, but I'm going to base this more on the sales numbers in general, the overall community reception, and of course as well my own kind of thoughts and what I've been seeing from a lot of gamers, because I also am a Twitch streamer as well. I'm on Twitter all the time too, if you guys want to follow, his link down below. But of course, like, I can kind of go and just see the overall general vibes and what a lot of other people are saying too. So I'm going to, first of all, I want to start off over here and go and say, look at the sales numbers. So I'll be showing up two different weeks over here in terms of the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S. Now, sales numbers are sometimes harder to go and talk about because, of course, with the semiconductor shortage, they could always be making more, but I think I'll have another point right after this one that'll make a lot of sense. So basically, we actually do have these overall numbers stating the overall hardware estimates for the week leading up to June 5th says that the PS5 has, since launch, sold just over 9 million consoles, whereas the Xbox Series X and S, keep in mind, and the S2 has only sold 5.33 million consoles. As well, for the overall sales numbers for the week of May 30th to June 5th, the PS5 was estimated to sell around 200,000 consoles around the world, with the Xbox Series X and S selling around 112,000. So letting you guys know all these overall numbers too. You can also look at some other various numbers as well, which these are actually better competing numbers than this. I'll also reference this too as well, where basically we're seeing some of these numbers holding down pretty good, where it's 75,000 consoles in the Xbox Series X and S versus the 65,000 for, for the Xbox itself. So the numbers aren't too bad. But the overall big thing is we're focused on more of the Xbox Series S. Now, when we go look at scalper prices, if you guys go and compare up any scalpers out there, scalpers are barely making any money / barely even buying the Xbox Series S's. There's basically no profit margins. They're basically not making money. So even scalpers are not even touching that with a 10-foot pole. So I think that kind of also goes and shows that the console itself, the overall demand, especially for a brand new next-gen console, is very, very low. No one wants to buy them. No one wants to really go get them. People aren't paying over asking price for them. And I think that's a very big indicator on how much they're just not that sought after. But as well, we can also even go to use for proper sales numbers. And I kind of feel like if you're basing this purely on sales, this is the most important aspect of kind of supporting my theory that the Xbox Series S maybe long term is going to be a flop. And even right now, it kind of seems like it's a little bit of a flop. Once again, though, just so I don't have any angry comments, I do think it's not a bad console. If you guys buy one, you're not going to be that disappointed. I personally would always just wait for the Xbox Series X or the PS5 myself, or even a PC. But I do want to say there's definitely a niche. Some people just may not necessarily be able to go to afford a higher end console. They may also as well not just maybe want to get it for their kids, maybe save some money, or they already have a nice PC or Xbox ready. Maybe they're traveling, they have an apartment, whatever it is, going to school. I see the merits, they're definitely there. But if you guys even want to go look at Ant Online. So, Ant Online actually tweeted this over here since June 23rd. Multiple days, guys, multiple days as of now. This has been 4 days now since it's been on the market where they went and tweet out this bundle. And this bundle, as of now, is still available on the website. It's a $360 bundle, which isn't necessarily that bad, as an extra controller, but it's still for sale. And I think that shows once again, if you also factor into the scalpers, not just necessarily want to go buy those consoles or resell them, and like the third-party market having no demand, but as well when the actual thing has been available online for multiple days. And don't forget, if you guys look at the Xbox Series X's, those instantly sell out. PS5s instantly go and sell out. And I think it just overall shows that the demand is just not there. It's been here for multiple days and it's still not even sold out yet. And if you guys even go through a lot of the comments too as well, you guys can go and see, like, a lot of places over here are just saying everything else. Like, just can't wait for the PS5. Can I go and just trade the controller? I don't even want the controller. Is it going to be an Xbox Series X drop sometime soon? People still buy these laughing emoji. Like, when's the Xbox Series X going to go drop? You even have comments that are just basically saying, it's so cute. Like, for me, when it comes to next-gen gaming, I'm trying to think of, like, what's going to be good hardware? What's going to be something good for us to go and play games on? What's going to be the most efficient usage of all of my processing and GPU power? Because I want to go play these next-gen games at really good resolution. And I do kind of feel like that's a big issue over here with the Xbox Series S, is that it technically can, but why would you guys want to go and just pay, like, you could just pay an extra $100 more for a PS5 Digital, which I think a lot of people between the two would rather have that, or also just save up the money for the Xbox Series X, which is far more future-proofed and has way better stats. We even saw a lot of comparisons too as well for the actual Resident Evil Village, which we even made a video on that before, and it showed that basically, like, the frames were about half on the Xbox Series S in comparison to the Xbox Series X even. So even like when the comparison between the two, even for anyone who has the options for both, they're probably just gonna be pushing and we're just waiting for the just for the Xbox Series X if they can instead. And I'm with them. Like, I personally would rather do the same thing, because I know if I buy the Xbox Series S, I'm gonna have to go upgrade even faster. It's gonna become obsolete even faster. And while I might be able to go and save a little bit of time and maybe money, it's just not worth it. Like, I just don't really think it's necessarily that worth it. And overall, I think that same market sentiment kind of goes and shows in the sales figures. Because like I showed you guys, the Xbox, even on Antonline and also other various retailers, have walk-ins with Xbox Series S consoles still available for purchase just by walking inside the store. And then same thing too as well with all these other big retailers, sometimes like Best Buy or Target, will have these consoles up for literal days and they just never get sold out. Kind of how I showed you guys on Antonline. So it does kind of feel like the Xbox Series S, it hits its niche well. It does what it has to do. It's like a nice mid-gen console in case people just can't afford it or just want to spend the extra $500 on it. But I do think overall, give another year, give another 3 years, I do think the Xbox Series S is going to be a failure. And I kind of feel like it's just not that sought after and not that well. But at least for Microsoft, they can more so just want people on Game Pass. And the more people that can get on Game Pass, maybe even other places like in India or China and all that, is better for them. So I want to hear your thoughts down below on this. Do you guys have an Xbox Series S? Do you guys like it? Do you guys enjoy it? Are you guys going to buy one? Are you guys going to buy one in the future? Did you get one? Do you like it, hate it, or whatever? We'd love to hear your thoughts down below. And as well, of course, if you guys want to subscribe with the notifications on, we'd love to have you guys all here on the channel itself. Amazon links down below, Twitter and Twitch stream down below if you guys want to follow, subscribe for the PS5 giveaway. Webull and Coinbase also linked down below. Give me your thoughts and comments because I want to go and hear them. Love you guys.